Hello and welcome back to the channel. If you are a regular viewer and haven't subscribed, please do, as I am rapidly approaching 2,000 subscribers and it would be nice to hit that milestone before my 3rd anniversary in October. As I have mentioned in previous videos, I do have a post-it note on my desktop which looks a bit like this, and it contains a list of all the devices I'm actively looking for. And the Janada 820 has been on that list for a very long time. It's essentially a Windows CE netbook before netbooks were a thing. In addition, I've decided I could probably do with a Windows 98 laptop set up on a semi-permanent basis in order to use with some of the devices that we look at. So imagine my surprise when eBay recommends to me this job lot of untested laptops. So let's have a look at what might be available in this bundle. So right at the front is a Compaq Armada M300. A quick Google suggests that this should be running Windows 2000 or ME. I'll be honest, I went straight from Windows 98 2nd edition to Windows XP, so I never really experienced ME or 2000, so it might be interesting to have a look at one of those operating systems. Then we've got an HP Compaq NC4000. The fact Compaq is owned by HP in this period suggests it's a later laptop, and a quick Google suggests it should be running Windows XP. Then we've got the Compaq Evo N610C, and again a quick Google suggests this is running a Pentium 4 and should be running Windows XP. We've got the very slim Sony Protege 3110CT. This has a Pentium 2 mobile running 300 MHz and should be running Windows 98. Then there's the IBM ThinkPad X31, although a close look shows it's missing a few keys, so it might not be that usable. And finally, we've got the thing that I've been looking for, which is a Janada 820. Of course, none of these laptops are tested, so they could all just be a pile of junk. And looking at some of the photos, it's clear that some of them are missing hard drives. There's also no power adapters, so I'm hoping that I've got suitable adapters knocking around in order to be able to test them when they arrive. And with a starting bid of £30 with £12 postage, if either the Janada 820 works or I get a decent Windows 98 laptop out of this, it's probably worth it. So I put a bid on. And a few days later, with no further bids, I won the auction. So a few days later, this arrives. So let's have a look and see what we've actually got. I've got my trusty letter opener, which I found on a dive. Nice bit of dirty foam, that'll help protect them, thank you for that. Some corrugated card. And then inside, individually cling wrapped, are the laptops. Let's take them all out and then we can have a look at them. So let's start with this one. This is an HP laptop. It's got an XP sticker on it. So we'll just get it out of its cling wrap, or glad wrap as the Kiwis call it. And here we go, cosmetically looks pretty good. There's a bit of paint or something on the top of here. You can see we've got ports but no port covers. Clearly it's dockable. RAM door. That's got like a battery icon on it, but interesting. Pressing the power button for the battery doesn't do anything, but I'm not surprised. I'm expecting it to be completely dead. It's got an SD card slot. Oh, what is that? Oh, I think that might be rust. PC card slot. Oh, and an infrared port. That shows its age, doesn't it? All looks pretty good otherwise. Let's open it and just have a quick look. Screen's good, few marks, but otherwise it looks good. And I think with a bit of a clean up, that'll look quite nice. Bit floppy on the hinge, perhaps. Next up is the Compaq Evo. So let's get into the cling film and have a look. It's got a COA for Windows XP from the looks of it. And again, cosmetically, that looks in good condition. Got a nice Pentium 4 sticker. Obviously the power isn't going to work. That's good. Keyboard feels nice. Screen looks good. Couple of buttons on the front. Again, got an infrared port, always handy. This one sports a DVD drive, PC card slots, and looks like an empty drive bay. So I'm going to need a hard drive to see if this one works or not. Again, it's got a port underneath. Nice parallel port and a serial, very useful. And it's also got two PS2s for your keyboard and mouse. Next up, this is the compact Armata, which I'm quite interested in actually. So this is unusual because it actually comes in two parts. There is the laptop itself at the top, which has a PC card slot and the battery attached and some peripherals on the back. And then underneath is this dock, and the dock has other peripherals. So this has got the optical drive, and this looks like it would be a spare battery. I might try and remove it in a second to have a look. Let's just see if we can unclip this. There is a button on the side to release it. So press the button, and that's it. This looks in good cosmetic condition. Let's have a look. Screen itself looks good. It's a bit grubby, wants a bit of a clean, but it's a full metal body, is that? That's a plastic surround, but it's a metal casing. That's plastic top, metal underneath. All the keys are present. That looks good. Obviously not going to turn on. So this is the M300. Audio jacks at the front, PC card slot, and then the battery slopes down to act both as a foot and also reveal the ports. So that will be a USB 1.1, I would imagine. That's an infrared port window, though it's been pushed in at some point. Serial, parallel, and VGA. And on the side, there's the power. Again, it doesn't say what it needs. Oh, and we've got a Windows 98 2nd edition, which is exactly what I'm after. So this is perfect. The only thing that would make this any better would be if this module was the floppy disk drive, but it's not. It looks like it's empty. Let's see if we push that. Yeah, it's empty. It's just got its protector. Might be I can get a floppy drive to go in there. That would be good. Otherwise, if I can get this working, I will be very pleased. Next up, we've got this dinky ThinkPad. Oh, so this has got one of those rubberized coatings that breaks down with age, so it's not tacky. I think they've cleaned this, perhaps with some isopropyl alcohol, but it's not very pleasant. On the back, we've got an array of ports, power ins there. On the side, we're missing the drive, so I'll need a hard drive to see if that'll work. Battery's present. Hopefully there's some RAM in the RAM door. Let's open it up. Oh yeah, so we've got a crack in the corner. That's not too bad. Screen wants a good clean, and we're missing two buttons, but that's okay. Oh, although the membrane looks like it could be damaged, so that might not work. Oh, a couple of keys missing there as well. So we're missing 4 keys. And that membrane definitely looks a bit damaged. I don't think we're going to get very far with that one. Never mind. So somehow when I unboxed the Protege, it never arrived on film. So here it is. So you can see it. It's quite a neat little laptop. We've got a front catch for the screen. Screen's in good condition. Keyboard feels nice. It's got a front mounted speaker. If we close it, you'll see it's got a lockable power button, which is handy. We've got a modem. PC card slot with release on the front. Dial, I assume that's for volume. There's a reset switch, which tells us that it's pre-XP. And on the side, we've got a mic and headphone jack, a single USB, which is 1 or 1.1, I imagine, infrared window, and then we've got a bunch of proprietary ports. So there's no VGA out on this, which would have been handy, and of course I don't have those ports. And the real issue is this, and that is its unconventional power supply. So I believe I've got one of these knocking around somewhere from a Sony Vaio, but whether I can put my hands on it is a different question. However, this is very likely to be a Windows 98 machine. Finally, this is the real reason I wanted this job lot, and in this case is the Janada 820. There's also, it's a very nice case, this, got lots of storage. There's also a Casio AirNet 340. I have one of those already, but they're very handy because it allows you to get your Windows CE device online. It's got a Velcro bottom. Opening it up, looks good. The LCD looks good. There's a little bit of cracking on the plastics, but otherwise that looks okay. A little bit wobbly. We've got a reset button at the top. All the keys feel okay. Tiny little trackpad. Look how cute that is. Front mounted speaker and microphone. Button on top, same as the 720, I would imagine. So you can so you can turn off notifications. Then on the side, we've got a piece. Then on this side, we've got a compact flash card slot from the looks of it. And they've left me a 48 meg compact flash card. Well, that's good. We'll see what's on that. It has what looks like the proprietary USB from a Janada 720 and the power socket. And on the back, we've got infrared, VGA. That might be a 1.1. And that looks like an Ethernet jack. Around this side, we've got a PC card slot and a drop-down door here. Don't know what that is. Don't want to pull on it in case it breaks, so we'll just leave that as it is. And then underneath this is the battery. Ooh, and the battery does not look good. You can see the plastics have cracked here and here. Let's see if we can gently wriggle it out. There we go. Oh, we've got a bit of a spring. I don't think that should be there. And you can see the plastics cracked here as well. So this battery is definitely swollen. You can probably hear that crunching sound. So that's no good, so that one won't replacing. So at some point I'll take that to bits, see if I can replace the cells inside. For the moment, let's see if we can actually get it turned on mains power. So given that the battery says on it that it is 7.2 volts, the same as the Janada, it stands to reason that it uses the same adapter. So I've gone and got my adapter. Let's plug it in and see if it works. Oh, we have life. You can't see it on camera because it looks very dim, but that screen is on. Let's just see what happens. Ah, HP system settings, that'll be the one. Oh yes, brightness is way down, so let's just max that out. Yeah, we're not bothered about the backup battery. Whee! Bit more contrast. And I think we can see that now. Yes, we can. So next up, at some point, I will do a battery replacement video, and then we'll do a full rundown on the Janada 820. I am very pleased to be able to add this to my collection. So let's have a look at the Armada. I'm going to not bother with the base station for the moment, and instead we're going to plug this in and see if it's working. So I've found a correct adapter. Happens to be a compact one that was given to me by Big John. You know who you are. And I didn't think I was going to use it, but I did. So now we've got it all plugged in. Let's pop it on. This, in many ways, is the laptop I'm most excited about after the 820. After the Janada 820. So I don't know if you can hear that. There was just a bit of crackling from the speaker. So I'm just going to try again. Oh, that looks like we've got a bit of life. Got a boot screen. Initiating the boot menu. And it's clearly having a bit of a wobbly. Let's pop it in safe mode, see if it'll boot. That looked like there's an issue with the hard drive. However, since everything else is working, it looks like I can simply do a clean install of Windows 98. So this is the Compact Evo, the other compact in the box. So since I've got a compact lead, we'll plug it in and see what happens. There's no hard drive in this. It does have an optical bay, but we'll see if it boots to BIOS or not. I can hear it checking the optical drive. It appears to be in a never-ending loop, and the BIOS isn't coming up, so it's possible the motherboard's damaged on this one. I might try a hard disk in it later. Hello, Pippin. So we'll give up on that for the moment. So the ThinkPad, I think, is beyond all retrieval, so I think that's going off for recycling. This Toshiba has an unusual power inlet. Reminds me of the old connector on the Sony Vaio, so I will try and dig one of those out and we'll see if it works later, but probably not in this video. And finally, we've got this HP. I'm going to assume that since HP bought Compaq, that this will work. Oh. Sadly, this power socket doesn't fit, so I'm going to go and see if I can find one that does and is an appropriate voltage. So finally, I have tried 2 different sockets that work on here. I've had the battery light flash, but unfortunately I can't actually get it to power on. It doesn't get even to a boot screen or into the BIOS at all. The battery, of course, is completely dead as expected, and there's a little bit of swelling. I'm not going to give up on it completely just yet, as cosmetically it's in good condition, so I might just strip it down and see what's going on inside, as it could be something simple. Well, I for one am pleased with the outcome. I have a Windows 98 laptop, and not just any Windows 98 laptop, but one with a cool docking station. So I think this should work fine once I've reinstalled Windows 98. I'll probably see if I can find a floppy drive to go in the dock, and assuming I get it all working, I may well resell the batteries. And we should be pre-smart batteries, so no annoying EEPROMs to deal with. I also have the device I really wanted, which is the Janada 820. Yes, it's a little bit tatty around the edges and certainly needs the batteries dealing with. So you can expect a battery repair video followed by a full review in due course. There's also the possibility that if I get the right adapter, that Sony Protege might work and I'd have another Windows 98 laptop. As for the rest, I'm going to salvage the RAM and any usable hard drives, and I might sell a few parts on eBay. As for the batteries, while I'm sure some of you might want to try and revive the batteries and use them for power banks and other things, to be honest, reviving lithium-ion batteries that have long been dead is quite risky, so I'm not going to bother. They're simply going to go for recycling. That, and if you do revive them, they never hold that much capacity anyway. This video has been a bit of a departure from my usual content. If you've enjoyed it and you'd like to see more content like this, let me know. If you think I should go back to my usual content, then also let me know. Most of all, I hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you have, a like and subscribe would be excellent. As always, my name's Hugh, this is Handheld Computing, thanks for watching,